company that loved to say it put people first. Posters about mental health on the walls, free fruit in the kitchen, HR emails reminding us to take breaks. I was a back-end engineer, quiet, reliable, the kind of person who fixed things without asking to be noticed. That was my value. I didn't need praise, I needed stability. My manager, Lucas, needed visibility. At first it worked. He talked, I built, he summarized, I implemented. It took me too long to notice that my name was slowly disappearing. Not all at once. Just enough that I could doubt myself. In sprint reviews, Lucas said we when he meant me. In emails, my contributions were implied, never named. When I finally mentioned it, he smiled and told me I was being too detail-focused, that insecurity could hurt my growth. That word followed me. Insecurity. Not wrong, not mistaken. Insecure. From that moment on, every interaction felt dangerous. HR invited me to a check-in. Soft voices, neutral language, questions that sounded supportive but landed like traps. How do you feel you're performing? Do you feel tension with leadership? Have you considered how your communication style might be perceived? They wrote things down where I couldn't see them. My performance review came early. Lucas spoke about my work as technically strong but emotionally inconsistent. He said I resisted feedback. I asked for examples. He gave feelings. HR accepted them. That was when I learned that HR doesn't need proof to log concern, just consistency. That night, I didn't sleep. I opened my laptop and started exporting everything. Git logs with authorship metadata, Jira tickets showing original scope and revision requests, Slack messages where Lucas told me exactly what to build and later claimed as his own. I didn't cherry pick. I exported everything. I recorded meetings, not arguments, normal meetings. I named the folder Archive. Dates, times, context, no commentary, no emotion, just record. Over the next weeks, I was slowly removed from visibility. Meetings I used to attend were suddenly optional. My access to key repositories was temporarily restricted to reduce stress. Someone else presented my work. Lucas thanked them publicly. I said nothing. Reaction is what they document. Silence is harder to use against you. The isolation worked, though. I started doubting myself, replaying conversations, wondering if my tone was wrong, if I really was defensive. That's the power of vague feedback. It corrodes certainty. Logs don't corrode. HR escalated to a performance improvement plan. 30 days. Goals like improve collaboration, demonstrate ownership mindset, respond positively to feedback. Nothing measurable. Everything subjective. They told me it was supportive, not punitive. That was the moment I stopped trying to survive and started preparing to end it. Production failed on a Saturday. Not catastrophically. Just enough to cause pressure. Lucas messaged me privately close to midnight, asking me to hotfix and push directly. That violated policy. I replied in writing, asking him to restore access and confirm approval in Jira. He didn't respond. The incident stayed unresolved. On Monday, he blamed missed handoffs in a meeting. I added the Slack message to my archive. HR scheduled a mediation. A neutral HR business partner joined. They asked if I had considered stress leave. That's when I realized the real objective wasn't resolution. It was risk removal, and I was the risk. The real mistake Lucas made came during a quarterly review. He presented performance gains that didn't match reality. I recognized the numbers immediately. My work, altered benchmarks, inflated results. That wasn't credit theft. That was falsification. I waited a day. Then I emailed HR with a neutral subject line. Data clarification request. No accusations, just attachments. Git history, logs, dashboards. Legal joined within hours. The tone changed overnight. HR stopped smiling. They asked for everything. I gave them everything, unedited, including recordings where Lucas instructed me privately and denied it publicly. The final meeting was in a windowless room HR, legal, CTO. Lucas tried to explain. Legal stopped him. I shared my screen and said nothing. Timeline, metadata, sequence. Silence does more damage than anger ever could. Lucas was placed on administrative leave, not fired. Yet, legal audited previous projects. HR reviewed past complaints. There were others. They had been labeled communication issues. Lucas resigned quietly before termination. No announcement, no apology. His Slack vanished. His calendar disappeared. HR offered me a retention package and a title adjustment. They asked me not to discuss internal matters. I signed. Not because I forgave them. Because I understood the system now. I didn't feel victorious. I felt clear. In tech, truth doesn't matter unless it's documented. And HR isn't there to protect you. It's there to shape liability. This time, it wasn't mine.